this heartbreak. We grew apart, I made a mistake, but I'll try to make it up to you, my darling. Ooh.
Do I wanna be a real wonder? Heaven leaves me up from under. Wishing I could be somehow stronger now,
So I can find a way out of pain inside me. Never be afraid of the fate that finds me.
wish that I could be
Stronger, so I can be a real wonder. I've been in and out my mind since I hit your phone. I've been counting up the times that I did you wrong. I just want you by my side when I get real gone. Feel it's been a little while since we got along, yeah. We've been playing stupid games, the situation rotates. And they say communication, safe relations, okay. Medicated how I'm patient, wasting time ain't the way. Cause I can see it on your face. I've been tossing, turning, staying up all night long. I've been calling, yearning, wondering what I did wrong. I can tell by your eyes you got something to hide. So open your mind up, let me inside, let's make it right. Tell me, baby, what's the problem? Cause I keep trying to figure it out. Oh no, oh no. Tell me, baby, what's the problem? I'm only picking up what you're putting down. You'll be tripping, I don't know what about. So what's the problem right now? Okay, now hold up. Let me get something right off my chest. I've been meaning to read into it, time to put it to rest. Is it stress? Is it that I ain't answer your text? Don't you treat it like amnesia, you know I always forget. Stirring the pot real hot, watch how the plot thickens. Around the clock, tick tock, need more than 20 seconds to get your attention before it's on to the next thing. And I'm over here again wondering, can I hold ya, hear your truth, pull you closer, talk it through?
Girl, you know that I'm the one that you can come and complain to. Your silhouette's amazing, but your brain is a maze too.
So can you help me find my way while I find something to say?
I know the arguing just augments everything going both ways, but baby, I can see it on your face.
I've been tossing, turning, staying up all night long. I've been calling, yearning, wondering what I did wrong. I can tell by your eyes you got something to hide. So open your mind up, let me inside, let's make it right. Tell me, baby, what's the problem? Cause I keep trying to figure it out. Oh no, oh no. Tell me, baby, what's the problem? I'm only picking up what you're putting down. You'll be tripping, I don't know what about. So what's the problem right now?
I'll never mistake the way you give me my faith. My body feels safe in your hands. Feel me fully face. I'm light as a fire that I'm letting you escape. The stars still remember to fall to a face. I don't wanna wait. Every single part of me in flames. Tell me how it tastes.
Tell me what's the point if I lose myself? Spend a couple days with nobody else, holding in my breath just to see if I can find you in my dreams. Oh, I'm getting tired of losing faith in everything I see. The beauty in the stars above have lost their hold on me. 'Cause I'm a sinner, I'm not the same. A heart of a winner. So why do I turn away? Somewhere in the
So I'll be there for League of Legends later on, but we have plenty of exciting games for you later on today. EAFC at the start, you excited for it?
Absolutely, right? We got a full-on lineup going on. EAFC can be kicking us off for this two-day event, followed by Rocket League, and then, as you said, League of Legends. No bias as a pair of league casters.
I'm biased, if I'm honest.
We got to be given the honest, upfront, professional opinion here. And then tomorrow, going to be rolling on into both Valorant and CS2. So, going to be pulling that one forwards. But we're going to be playing for not only games, but colleges, right? This is the best and brightest of Irish talent coming through the college scene. So you're representing both your game and yourself, but also college championship points, right? This has been building over the course of the split, really starting to accrue a lead. We've got some teams pulling out in front, some teams looking to make a stand here early on and maybe get some back for themselves. So lots on the line for this.
No, 100%. The big thing is everybody loves playing games themselves, but when you can have it to be part of university, you get to go back, you get to have a little bit of trash talk against them. So I remember some of the games we got to cast, it was the same universities against each other, and it's even more fun that way as you can go off afterwards and have a little chat and be like, you know what, I'm better today.
Yeah, absolutely. Any given day, you're looking to really perform. So the very first one, as we said, let's hone in a little bit after that. It is going to be EAFC, and it's feeling like a bit of a David and Goliath situation
Just a
that's
little.
forming. We have I believe it is an undefeated outright champion, reigning champion. We have Shano, who has so far not dropped anything, maybe clean slates, nothing.
You call him the GOAT at this point.
Representing MTU, looking to really keep this going, and challenging it, swinging for the fences. Jack's going to be next one up, looking to take it on. So you want to hop up on stage, give us the thoughts, a little bit of info here. So, kicking off the weekend, you guys are front and center, you know, the very first foray into this. I kind of want to go to, you know, up on the throne, sitting pretty, real comfortable, undefeated. How you returning to the venue? You've been here before. What are the thoughts as kind of returning to the scene and kind of settling in a little bit?
Well, like it's nice to be here. Obviously, it's some setup, and I'm excited to play Jack today anyway. So yeah, hopefully I do well.
How are you feeling confidence-wise? Is it different from the first time? Is it about the same? Like, how do you kind of you yourself fit in on that?
Well, no, I'm confident. Yeah, I beat Jack obviously earlier in the in the series. But he is a good player. But I am confident going into it. Undefeated. Anything
to say to kind of pull this one? Your first time here. This is your very beginning intro here. So, how are you feeling seeing the setup for the first time? Fresh on the scene, and as you said, there was a group stage matchup. Felt like it kind of swung the other way. Have you learned anything, picked anything up? Kind of give us your thoughts and what's going through your head.
So obviously Shane did beat me earlier on in the series, but they were close matches. It was the 2-1 and I think 4-2 or something. So it was, but it was close up until the end. So I feel I can get my revenge today.
Now, Jack, it's great to know that you believe in yourself. I'm a big underdog man. I love supporting the people that maybe not everybody thinks going to be going all the way. The big question is, do you have something surprising that you might have to try and win here today?
So when I played Shane earlier, it was my team wasn't as advanced, I suppose, as it is now. I've made a few signings, and hopefully they'll come through, and I'll get the victory.
Do we have anything else to say as the GOAT of EAFC?
Well, I suppose there's even more of a rivalry because he's from UCC, so and I'm from MTU, so I want to prove that MTU is the better college. So good luck anyway.
Not even just a national competition, but a regional one. So you're the two heavy hitters that are coming from the same area. Does that play into Were you sharing commute? I know you guys were coming from roughly the same place. Were you seeing each other? Is that something that's playing in your mind here, Jack? You're kind of, are you aware of, they're right next door, you don't want to let the kind of neighbors kind of bully you out for a second time?
No, I wouldn't be thinking too much about that.
No, to any given day, right? We'd love to hear it. So thank you very much for joining. You can go ahead and step on down.
Good luck, guys.
Set up. Thank you for joining. Yeah, so a battle from down south, right? Making the long journey, I believe, through the storms, through the weather, fighting their way here to make it. So already facing some opposition, but made it on in. Looking forward to it?
Yeah, cannot wait. Super excited to see both of these go against each other. Every single time we come here, Shane has been victorious, but I want a new champion. I want somebody to come in and change the pace of the game. So hopefully we can have a 2-1 series, keep it very close.
Yep, best of 3 format for this one, so we will going to be kicking it over to our casters, Fleming and Morky Mork, our guides through the foray into EAFC. Gentlemen, you ready to go for this one, kicking us off for the very first game of the day?
Yeah, Morky Mork, how you feeling? Hello, guys. Look at this. We've still got, you can still see the stage in the background, but I'm looking forward to this one. The guys on the stage set it up perfectly. Shano, the GOAT, undefeated so far this season. I personally was a bit of a Shane stan in the spring series because he was the underdog then, but now obviously he's established himself more. Seb, who was his close rival in the previous semester, has stuck to Valorant this time. How are you feeling though going into it?
Well, you know, last time we did have the underdog wins as a case of is Shane going to be proven that he's at the stage before. Of course, he's come to LAN.
Yeah.
He's had that opportunity to experience this venue and how the atmosphere is and how different it is to playing at home, whereas Jack really hasn't had that. That could be a deciding factor, but also Jack's team has got better. He's made, as he said, some more additions to his ultimate team, so that could help him if he get that pace and ability and skill to find those passes, to get behind the defense, to make those running lines. That could be the difference in a best of 3, but it all could all come down to one goal, and that's the great thing about football. It can all come down just to one single moment of chaos or of brilliance.
Yeah, because that's one of the things, right? We're not using sort of default lineups. You're not picking Manchester United or Real Madrid or anything like that. You are building up your ultimate team. So, especially whenever we have a winter season, it's quite soon after the start of the title. So it really depends how much money you maybe want to pump in at the get-go, sort of what cards are available. But obviously, as the season progresses, you get to build up your team more, and then thinking about spring in the future, there's going to be no restrictions towards the end of that. So that's really when you're seeing the sort of these rosters be pumped up. But this is sort of like the midway point. So this is kind of what they'll be carrying forward for the next couple of months. And it's good that Jack's kind of confident in his own ability, right? Because a lot of people might write him off based off of the performance from Shane. But especially given the fact that they've played each other before, like twice, Jack might be able to make some adjustments. And I find a lot of the time it actually plays into the person who lost the first time. It kind of helps them a lot more and it hinders the person who won. Quite often.
It did. We saw that last time as well.
Yeah.
Obviously, Shane won it last time. He had lost 2-0 to his opponent last time before the final, and then he won the final 2-0. So it just shows that not any given day, any given Sunday, or Saturday today. But I'm going different football term there. But it should be an interesting one. But again, it's about the meta as well. It's not just about the players. It's about the meta. And the meta this year has been more kind of those long diagonal passes versus kind of the passing through the middle. So it's made it more interesting. The move away from the FIFA license to the EAFC license seems to have actually changed the meta of the game a little bit. So it depends on how the wingers do the pace. Like Ronaldo, CR7 isn't, unless he's prime CR7, isn't really as viable anymore as it used to be back in the past.
Yeah, and that's something we saw, especially looking back towards spring. Shino already tried to implement a lot of that over the top, sort of really aggressive, and it was less about trying to build up like these really thought out opportunities, you know. Back in those finals he was playing Septic, who was a lot more possession based, passing it around. It was about the quality of the chances as opposed to the quantity, whereas Gino just sends it, man. Just down the flanks, over the top, trying to get down through the middle. He's just trying to pepper his opponent with shots, and hopefully, you know, 1 or 2 will go in. So it'll be interesting to see what approach Jack takes to that. Will he play uber defensive, knowing, and like a deep line, knowing that these balls over the top are going to happen, or is he just going to send it as well? And will we see back and forth play? Because I know that's personally what I'm looking forward to. A couple of last minute goals, you know, quite aggressive. But I've seen some odd clips coming out of the EAFC community this time around. You know, a lot of kickoff goals especially as well, which I think used to be prevalent way back in the day, but they kind of stopped it for a little bit, but it's come into fashion a bit more now.
Yeah, I think as well that the fact they've, you know, in the last few years they've obviously implemented the back pass from the kickoff helps a lot with that. You know, to put it slightly forward, so it kind of helps you kind of set the team, send the team running. And again, I said the long diagonal balls are helping with those kickoff goals. So that's kind of the meta now, and kind of it's about, do you want to have a really aggressive wing back who can go up and down, or do you want a full back in the corner, corner back rather than a wing back? That's the question, and that's what Jack is going to figure out. But that's also Shane's going to figure out the same thing. So game one's going to be interesting because that's going to tell us how they're going to set up, and then it's all about finding how you unlock that defense later on.
Yeah, I've actually found, especially with close series, usually the person who wins the first, I've yet to see like a really clean 2-0. It usually does go all the maps because, as you said, someone will catch their opponent off guard quite early. And as we can see, Jack and Shane, who were on the stage earlier, courtesy of our lovely producer Tiddler, who is working with us, we have a lot of clean new graphics. But getting into the game, I believe, yes, we're showing it from Shane's perspective. So he is in the white and trying to get through early down through the middle.
Yeah, well, obviously, you want to kind of like show all his cards at once here. You want to kind of feel your opponent out and see how you going to set up a little bit. What you see pass through there, he'll it's a prime back. There you go. He goes, it's a great player, Jared. Really going to find those passes. That's what it's all about. He's looking for those already. You can tell. He's going to look for those balls over the top. He's going to look for those diagonal passes. Rather than put it through the middle leader, he's not looking to pass it around the midfield, pass through the defence, and find the gap that way early on.
Yeah. Really interesting. It's nice to see like a definitive answer to that so early as well. But a ball quite aggressively to the wing, good in the air, is Jack, and just trying to hold it up around the middle. We can actually see a decent bit of possession play coming out. I wasn't really expecting that. I was expecting these like long ball attempts, but I suppose we've not really seen either player hold on for it long enough for the defence to really pull back and to try to send that one player over the top.
Yeah, you see here on here, she's now trying to go around guy in the defence, going to stretch them sideways a little bit, so maybe get a cross in, or you can find that gap, so definitely go across, but let that ball too far ahead of him. Go past upfield though, and Schlein is going to have a chance here to pass that one over and grab it back, but I can do so. Trying his best here, but good defence. But right now here, Shane just getting back into the game now slightly. Jack had a good start, but Shane starting to settle in a little bit here.
Yeah, and actually pulling back along the defensive line a little bit, just trying to let his players get further up the pitch and sort of build up that pressure. See Jared holding it in the middle of the park, sending that wing back through, sets up for a shot, and our first proper attempt of the game, Courtois picking that out of the sky, and this is what I was sort of expecting, these long balls to the wide players, sending them on a little run. I was kind of expecting that to be shot then back over, but a switch up in play, and we're just trying to set through now. I think it is, as you said, a bit more of a feeling out process. They're not really sending it as much as I'm going to expect them to maybe in game 2, and potentially even deeper in the series to game 3, but right now just kind of feeling out, looking for where the gaps are. A lot of wide switches as well.
Yeah, really, there has been a lot of cross play, and it's what we expect. Kind of, we always see the wing backs are going to come in a little bit more. They both have kind of chosen more high line wing backs than they would do normally. So obviously they are wary of that trek. Choose to be the great attempt at a pass was well blocked out there. Jack doing well, but Jack's at times seems to be trying to force it sometimes. You saw here, he had a good position in the field, but he decided to force the pass in a good position there rather than hold on and wait a second to see what happens. Here's our run now. Yeah, of course. It's just two really fast players. He's definitely shows his wingers very smartly. That's a good defensive block. But unfortunately, Jared is there to stop that opportunity. Right now, he can't. Great name, great Irishman there. But he's ahead of the defender in this game still, even at his age. Of course, getting a legacy card now recently as well.
Yeah, and it feels like Shano just slightly behind the pace here. Vinny Jr. almost getting an opportunity, but will this be the attack to open things up? He is moving the ball forward very quickly here, but just not any of these sort of deep runs that are splitting the defence up. Potentially one towards the centre. No, just trying to hold on to the ball on the wing. Actually sends the player through, but decides not to use it. Jared in the middle of the pitch. Every time I see these runs, I'm just expecting these little dinks over the top, but very, very measured here, looking for the perfect opportunity. I think looking to play for the free kick.
Yeah.
Yes, okay. So this could be golden opportunity here for Shano. He's going to switch his set piece taker.
I love EFC, you can tell how American is distance to goal. 21, it doesn't even say meters and yards, it says 21.
And let's
good effort, good save. Jack just about clears it, but Shane having the only real 2 shots in anger so far in this game.
Yeah, very strong hand there from Courtois. Decided to just send it. Like, the keeper was always going to get to that, but you're hoping that the pace of the ball beats the goalkeeper. You're hoping to maybe abuse the AI a little bit in this game, but Isaac down the flank. This is a very deep run here, taking it all the way to the byline, but Virgil van Dijk cuts it out, and it's behind for a corner.
I'm not sure why he didn't pass that sooner there. He had an opportunity. Yeah, it's going to be a hard shot. The keeper's always got a chance to go for it, but you put a little bit of finesse in the shot after you get the pass in. You've always got a chance of sneaking under or curling around the keeper, but decided to take the skill option, but well read by that's terrible. He's trying to pass out of his own defense, trying to skill out of his own box, and it's crowded after the corner. That is a mistake, and that's what the line can do to you sometimes.
Yeah, especially if you're kind of, it's trying to think of too many decisions at the one time, especially with the pressure of both players being in the exact same room. But Jack somehow survives it, and actually a really good dispossession there from Shano. He's trying to send the ball down the flank, but instead, no avenue for that to happen. Back to the middle of the park, and just looking for an opportunity here to open up the defense. I'm really surprised at the sort of possession play coming out from Shino, because as I said, online I've seen some absolutely dirty free through balls from both influencers and professional players alike.
He did try it there. He also was playing around the midfield, kind of hold the line up a little bit from the defense stance, so it leaves a little bit of the gap between midfield four and the back four, so that you can get through, and then you can kind of pick your gap easy enough. It also puts the defense in the back foot, especially the AI defense, if you don't get it there in time. But it didn't work. It was well cut out. Jack read it very well. But here's the opportunity now. Pretty much a 5-on-4. But again, working very slow, methodical right now here for Shane. I think he's just trying to see where the gaps are in the defense. He's using this first half, maybe understanding that this isn't a sprint, it is a marathon.
Yeah, and I really enjoy seeing those player locks as well. It looks like he's going to actually break into the edge of the box here, but chauffeured back out and taking it all the way back to the defense, but the quick pass to bring it back to the box. Looking for any opportunity here, but very content just to sit on it. And I think that's the confident, comfortable nature of having played on LAN previously, but he's going to find a way in. And again, really good defense here from Jack, just keeping him on the outside and able to cut that one out. A couple of fake shots there, and Jack survives for a bit longer, and that is going to be half time. How do you think that sort of feeling out process went ahead? Because I think very much Shane with the advantage, the deeper we got into it, we saw obviously that blunder in the box from Jack, trying to pass it out, trying to dribble it out, it felt like, but able to survive that, and I think he's going to have to come out swinging in the second half.
He definitely is. We can obviously see his tactics here on the screen as well. Obviously Jack can't see this, but we can. So we're not going to mention, of course, in case Jack can hear us, but it's pretty obvious there. But they see possession, obviously, in favour of Shane. Ball recovery time really good there, obviously, from Jack. You know, he's keeping the ball for longer, but he's not having as many chances to keep that ball.
Yeah, and it looks like after taking a quick scroll through for the stats, see, I never realised how much players actually check those to see sort of what's working and what's not working. I usually just like to skip it really quick because it's usually very, very negative. But actually playing it down this flank, Shano off to a very quick start here. But he is going to be dispossessed and in a very dangerous position here on the flank with no one really there to stop him. Jack, Vinny, almost a one-on-one there, but decides to bring it back a little bit. And Beckham going to look for the wide pass, but intercepted. The player lock, Shane might be through here and not able to find the right pass.
Yeah, I don't agree with what Jack did there either, though. He tried to switch it, he didn't have the angle to switch the ball. I wanted Beckham to be more facing the goal than he was. He was kind of turned towards the other wing. He really just passed it wide, and he had the overlap on that wing as well. Again, that's just a split decision. Maybe on LAN you're not as comfortable as your home, maybe you're not used to what you're working with in this environment, so it gets a bit more difficult to use. That's really good defense though. Shane tried to bully his way through, but Jack was like not having that. That's a lovely pass though around the wing, and here's a chance. Can he get the pass going? He can. He's got around the defender here as well, but obviously the wing back's free foot. He's putting out the play and just under a bit of pressure there, but it's good pressure from Shane. It's not really an error by Jack there at all.
Yeah, really interesting that we're not seeing any like through ball attempts over the top. It's very much keeping the ball on the grass. I think that's easy. You know, it's easier obviously for the player to receive it, but maybe Shane just doesn't have the pace to be sending it over the top like that, because as you pointed out earlier, Jack had very fast wing backs. He'd be able to get a handle on that pretty quickly, but Shane, bit of a dangerous attempt here. Jared with the fake shot, goes for it in the end, but blocked, and we're going to see a weak corner routine here from Shane.
Yeah, it's a quick corner as well. It's trying to reset. It's a good pass play, but somebody there managed to get through, get up the field. So very well, Brady there, of course. Pass to Van Dijk, a combination we never got to see in real life, but we're seeing it here on TV right now. But here's Isaac. They get through for the shot, takes the shot, and it's just wide, but the keeper looked like he's pretty. Courtois looked like he's pretty comfortable that one all the way.
Yeah, and I think this is going to be very important for Shane, is to start. They don't have to be great chances. He just needs to start creating anything and just sort of sending out a few shots here and there, and he'll warm up into the series. We know the caliber of player that he is. He just needs to get a bit of a better handle on the game, and Jack very much on the back foot in this half as well as the first. Not going to be able to cut down this ball quick enough, but he is stopping Shane from getting too deep into the box.
If I remember correctly, so Shane won the game last oh, there it is! Oh. As I say it, the commentator's curse for Jack, the commentator's blessing for Shane, as Ox puts it in the back of the net.
Big Ox. You could see there, especially Jack. Okay, so we're going to skip the replay. But one of the defenders, you could see he sort of made the decision for the attacker by stepping up first and sort of already locking his player into an animation before the path had been decided by Shane. But 1-0 behind, and Jack, who even whenever it was 0-0, still very much felt like he was on the back foot from the get-go, so he is really going to have to pull it a rabbit out of the hat here. 65 minutes already gone on in-game time. Sends it into the box from a corner. He has it on the edge here, but just a bit of a poor touch there from Jared, and Shane back on the attack.
He's trying to force it out so he can lash on the half volley rather than just trying to control it down to his feet. Then there's the other pass, top pass to final. Almost worked out for him in the most confusing way, but not quite. As Triori now will look to get down the wing here, but grabbing back Shepard at the moment. Beckham though, can he find the pass? Finds a shot instead, but too easy for Emil Martinez there to not allow that one to go in. But if he did, to be very, very surprised, I think.
Yeah, and Paul's actually cued by Shane, so potentially has his team set up to get that goal, and now realizes, okay, I can kind of sit back a little bit potentially. So it'll be interesting to see what changes come out there. But Jack is taking that goal under his wing and is actually creating a lot more opportunities, a lot more attack and focused here. And this, don't forget, it will be an opportunity as well for Jack to try to change things up, maybe to a more attacking stance.
Yeah, I think that's really important. We'll kind of have a little look at the goal here. We see what he's doing. He's taking Beste on for Brady, so the wing back there changed a little bit, and Morgan, of course, is going to come on there for Isaac. So good choice, of course. As we know in EAFC and past FIFAs as well, female and male players can play together. So
yeah, and it is scaled as well.
Yeah,
so it's not. Yeah.
Well, Morgan obviously one of the best strikers in the world. Full stop. Never mind male or female. He's just incredible talent. So, but it is nice to see. It's kind of, you see that both teams have a set of kind of male and female, and that's because some of the players just are really good at certain aspects in their own way. So, but here we go. Get back into the game. 17 minutes plus additional time remaining. Who is going to find that killer blow? Can Shane get a second goal, or is Jack going to get an equaliser?
Yeah, and starting off quite aggressively here. We're seeing a couple of runs just not really be picked up by either team, so maybe something that can be exploited there. But Beckham, with the player lock, but decides not to use it. He is going to pass it up towards Vinny Jr. in the end. Potentially a bit of an opening here, going for the long range attempt and caught out by Shane, and now Shane looking for the break here. There's one player making their way through the middle, but elects not to use it.
He had Isaac there kind of tying up one defender, and then he had kind of his other attacker coming through ahead of the other defender. Just a little soft true pass between that gap. He's got a chance on goal there, but again, it just, that experience, this level, at this LAN environment can sometimes make you just overthink things or not see things that are pretty in front of you. Just panic and you shoot.
Yeah, and now Jack needs to make one of these opportunities count, and he's going to have to do it very quickly here. Cuts back to the edge of the box with Beckham, cut out and dispossessed. And Shane starting with 4 players actually quite forward, leaving his defence a little bit light, but it sets up opportunities like this. Morgan on the edge of the 6-yard box, and 2-0 to Shane. And this is going to be a very tall task if Jack wants anything out of map 1.
It really is. It's a lovely counter-attack football, and that's the problem when you go 1-0 down. You can chase the game a little bit more. It allows that pass to come through the centre, and then a lovely weighted through pass. Alex Morgan able to roll onto it behind the defence as he slots it in on the near post, to be fair, but difficult when you're defending that as a keeper to find which side really want you after have been exposed.
Whenever they're right in your face, you're going to need like cat-like reflexes to try to stop something like that. And unfortunately, that just did not come through there for Jack.
Unless Jack here could find a miracle way back here with probably about 10 minutes left, including additional time, it's looking very likely that Shane will take game number 1 and put himself within 1 game of taking the crown again of the best EAFC player in Ireland Esports League series for the 2nd series in a row. But still time and still more games to come after this, and 1 more game minimum, of course. But now it's just like Shane's getting it in the groove, and it's 3-0, and it looks very, very damaging now for Jack. And this is all about now putting the hammer in the nail and making Jack less and less confident going into game 2.
Yeah, because I was going to say on the flip side of that, right? Even if he loses the first map, it is still about trying to grab a goal here. You know, getting over that initial hump, because whenever you find the goal, you still have 2 more games to play. As you said towards the start, it's a marathon, not a sprint. So you just need to find a bit more comfort on LAN, because especially for a first time on LAN, it's just about getting minutes.
It is, yeah. Obviously, you're going to have at least 12, 13 probably good initial time of actual real life time playing.
Yeah.
But is that enough? Is that enough to change the tide? Right now, it just seems like Shane's having a bit of fun right now. Now, obviously, if that's happening in real life, the defender is going through him for a shortcut. He's giving them a C plus some back. That's a lovely pass he play though. That's what he needs more of. Here's Vinny Jr. in a really advanced position, ready for no one though really running into the box. He needed some support there. Looks at the shot, he doesn't get it, but it's also not. But Vinny's first of all, I don't know how he's done that, but fair play to Vinny Jr. Almost a shot coming through, but Martinez makes a good enough reaction to save it.
Yeah, and if you notice as well, the player lock attempt came out there from Jack, but it kept looking, it's trying to find someone who was close enough to help set up an opportunity. And as you said, just no one in support there. So 3-0 to Shane. I wouldn't say unexpected, but Jack really needs to sort of find a level of comfort and sort of work his way back into this if we're going to see anything in map 2, because we really saw the comfort from Shane. You know, he's been here before, he's won it before, as an underdog as well. So I think it was just pure comfort in that game.
It was, yeah. He looked comfortable in the first half. Jack obviously did cause passing questions, but he never really had an opportunity, a real good shooting opportunity until very late in the game. And
yeah,
kind of when he was 1-0 down, he had a chance maybe find that pass in between his attacker and the defender.
Yeah.
And get back another goal, but you just couldn't find that opportunity. But if there's only one opportunity in the game and you're using 3-0, Shane probably having 1 or 2 goals left on the table, it's not a good sign.
Yeah, no, 100%. And we were sort of looking, even if it finishes 3-1, infinitely better than 3-0, because you haven't scored on LAN yet, and that's going to be playing in his head during the break. But I think we are going to be giving the players a little bit of time to sort of set themselves, center themselves. We wouldn't normally do that online, but it's LAN. You know, the crown is on the line.
Yeah.
And as we pointed out earlier as well, collegiate challenge points, it's just about building them up, because, again, this is another thing. You build them up over both semesters, so it's not just all or nothing in the winter, but it is very important to give your university a good start here.
Oh, it really is. You really want to win the board early and put the pressure on those other colleges to catch up. And also, as well, it gives your college more incentive to do better, even if not in any finals here today. Next semester, they're like, look, we have this leader, we have that, you're in the position to make that play, and if you're getting those 5 points, obviously if you win the whole thing, then that is huge for your college. Obviously they don't get factored in until afterwards, so the leaderboard from yesterday could change by this time tomorrow, so we don't know, but you know, huge opportunity for all these colleges. But right now it's looking like we're going to see maybe two new colleges at the next Collegiate Challenge, not just Setu and TUD for the 3rd time in a row.
Yeah, I do think it is actually. I think Trinity is towards the top this time. So a very good opportunity there. But even just if you want to look at the importance of the Collegiate Challenge in this game in and of itself, I think UCC aren't towards that top end. But I believe they got 4th place in Counter-Strike. So it'll be good to help get some points on the board here. And yeah, just looking at the stats. Possession, actually, a bit more even than I think the scoreline suggests, because obviously it finished 3-0 to Shane, but 59% possession versus Jack's 41. Not a bad showing stats-wise, just no goals.
Yeah, but the big one's the XG.
Yeah.
2. Like, Shane has done better than his XG said. Obviously, you can't get half a goal, but you know, if you're going to end above 0.5 or above, you're looking at getting at least one of those goals back. So Jack has to improve that next game, and then obviously Shane just wants to just keep that up and keep the pressure mounted. So can he do that in game 2, or is Jack going to start a fight back? You know, we haven't yet seen EAFC go to game 3. Obviously, last semester, it was a 2-0 win. Was it going to be the same here, or is Jack going to force it to game 3? Maybe then he'll have the initiative going into the final game, but I think Shane will want to end it here and end it early, and end it definitively as well.
Yeah, no, 100%. Because the longer it goes on, we talked about just trying to get minutes on LAN. The longer Shane leaves it, the more comfortable and more opportunities at least Jack can have to get back into it. Because I personally had sort of counted him out a little bit, just purely looking at the stats. But then seeing him on the stage, he looked very confident to even just give us a bit of a good show, a bit of entertainment. And I think, that game, I just kind of got to him a little bit.
It got away from him in the second half. I think the head dropped, and
because he was in it in the first half. It was still a little bit sided towards Shane, but we at least saw sort of back and forth opportunities. No one was really getting a clear cut, you should have scored that kind of opportunity. It was still a bit more balanced, but obviously then Shane just kind of did what we talked about, where he just started sending anything at the goalkeeper, you know, a couple of out of the box shots, really just trying to warm himself up and kind of find his range a little bit, because you know, that is a thing in real football where, you know, you fire out a couple passes at varying ranges to try to go, all right, I'm on form or I'm not today. And the same thing kind of applies to EAFC. You just want to start sending some shots kind of from anywhere because you don't want to overthink things and hold on to the ball for way too long. You know, for a defender to come and close you down. You want to get comfortable sort of sending off those shots and finding your range.
But as well as send the pass as well to find that soft coverage in the defence as well.
Yeah,
you want to find out where you could exploit the areas, what areas they're weak in, where they're not really pushing up or where they're holding back. And if you can find out the tactics to use, and then you can find those soft spots and exploit that a bit more, put yourself in those good positions. So interesting to see exactly what Shane will bring to the table in game number 2, but more importantly, can Jack bring something new to the table? Because even though he didn't do too badly in that first game, he needs to improve a lot in game 2 if he wants to have any chance, because Shane is still going to be Shane.
Yeah, Shane is still going to be Shane. Like, I know that sounds really simplistic, but we're just talking about the absolute quality on show there. And it'll be interesting to see because I can't decide whether it was a bit of desperation or comfort, because at the very start it was very short passes. It was very much keeping possession, safe passes as well. And then as we got into the second half, he started seeing more ambitious through balls. The odd over-the-top one thrown in towards the end kind of got what I wanted. But there was a lot more sort of through ball attempts and these sort of out there passes. And I'm trying to decide whether it was, it's still 0-0. Anyone can win this. I need to start throwing some more ambitious plays forward, or whether it was just, okay, I've found my feet. I know my defense is solid. I'm just going to try to wing a couple through, because if I lose possession, I know I can cut it off.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see exactly how Jack will adapt, and he'll have to find a way to adapt. But he's going to find that soft courage very early on. I think Shane's already figured that out a bit in the tactics. But of course, that could change in the game. We could see a change in tactics, change in formation, change in personnel. But it will be interesting to see, has Jack found anything from that first game?
Yeah.
Because he kind of needs to have figured something out.
Yeah, you kind of need to take a look. Okay, what went wrong there? I think if you're diagnosing that, I think it's primarily just needs to be a bit more ambitious. We didn't really see much of him. And as well, too, Shane went ahead, and then Shane changed his striker. You know, he was still changing attacking players because he wanted to keep the pressure up. I think Jack held on to Vinny Jr. the entire way through. And now that's not the worst thing in the world. Definitely isn't. No. But when you're behind and you're not getting a fresh pair of legs up front, I think that's an issue as well.
Yeah, it definitely can be. Definitely be problematic as we get ready here for game number 2. But we'll see.
Why are you not enjoying filling?
Yeah, I'm enjoying all the filling. Yeah, I need some water, so I'm just gonna drink on. I don't care. I'm drinking on the stream. It's a bit of water.
We'll have a talk after this. No,
getting fired. You're getting
it's actually
in the morning.
It's actually really good though, because if you look at, we've had a progression from LAN to LAN as well. You know, the first time everything was in the one room. It's very crowded, extremely warm. I was dripping that first time around, even with the very nice beanbags that we had. But then going into spring, we were split across 2 venues. Now, it felt like a professional, you know, you're in the studio now, but you don't feel the electricity. No. So I think this is definitely a massive upgrade, especially with, as I said earlier, shout out to the producer, Tiddler on the decks. It does feel a bit nicer, a bit more exciting as well. You don't feel isolated. And obviously, you know, we had the upgrade to the team and player rooms in spring, and keeping that very much on lock going into these finals. Very enjoyable.
Yeah, I like that as well. I do like the fact we have the team rooms as well.
Yeah,
we have a media room as well for afterwards. So like people do need to use afterwards, they'll be on all the socials and stuff later on. We have a media room as well this time, so people will have interviews in there. So we'll have all that uploaded. And obviously, Ro was doing his blog again. He loves it. I saw him do it earlier on. Yeah, he was there, like being like, look at me, guys.
I'm sharing a hotel room with him, and it's vlog central. Vlog walking up, vlog walking back down. But I think we are going to send things to a very quick break here as the players, you know, sort of, as I said, reset, diagnose what the issue is. We will be back with you in a couple of short moments. Hello everyone and welcome back from the break. I'm Fleming, this is Morky Mork, and we are going to be getting into map 2 of our EAFC 25 Grand Finals. I was going to do a bit of like a roll for the R, but I'm not very capable of doing that. Getting quickly into the game, will Jack be able to adjust his strategy? He is coming out of the gate swinging. Are you expecting a bit of a closer affair this time around, Mork?
I hope so. I think Jack needs to show something early on, or else I'll be very, very worried for him. But right now here, he's just trying to find that soft spot in the defence. Obviously, his tactics will change a little bit. That's going to be past now. There's Vinny, can he pull this back? He gets a shot instead. Maybe should look for a foot cross there with someone coming on the back post, but he does get the corner of it. Takes it well. There's the header. Great save from Martinez. But that's Jack's first real good effort so far in this series.
Yeah, feels very much like when you're watching an MMA fight and the guys came out of the corner. Oh, and a bit of a spill there, but Martinez gets it. It very much feels like, you know, he's put the mouth guard back and he's bit down. He's like, right, I need to stick my head down and just start swinging haymakers. But what happens when you do that? Sometimes you leave yourself a little bit exposed, and Shane trying to push that advantage, maybe even the mental advantage that he would have from map 2, just on the wings, trying to cut it in a little bit here. He is slowly chipping away, makes his way into the box, and a good cut out there from Jack.
Yeah, you just need to take that shot a little bit there. Yeah, it's a hard shot, but look, if you put that in the back of the net, that's just game over, I think it might be. Because Jackson's such a good star, and then Shane's that they're scoring up and scoring.
Yeah, immediately backhands him back down.
I think that would be the end of the series right there. I think they broke Jack. Jack's a good player, I'm not saying that he isn't. There's the overball patch, not quite strong enough.
I like that though.
Yeah, so do I. Yeah, good change of tactics there, smart.
Yeah, it shows a little bit of ambition as well. It shows very much, right, I just need to, if I don't score this game, I'm out. So why not just throw everything at it? We're no longer feeling out. The parameters of this match have been put forward. They have been set in stone, and it's on Jack to flip it or walk home.
You know, he's still going home 1-0, be 10 to the world, but you know, you still want to win and take that title home. And Shane obviously right now has one hand on the title, not any more fingers, with one hand. But
he's got the palm.
Yeah, can he get some fingers wrapped around? That's the question. He has a chance here.
Oh!
It's a screamer! And Liam Robbie Brady says thank you very much. I put on that top ins.
So, Morky Mork, remember whenever you said if Jack came out of the gate swinging and Shane immediately scored, that series over?
I think he's okay, because it's like Shane had the opportunity before. That wasn't the case. Shane, I don't feel after Jack had a really good opportunity that scored.
Yeah.
I think there was enough of a break there that Jack could just reset. He knows he's got time, but I think if Shane had scored the first time, I think that might have broke Jack. That's a great pass. Can he get the shot off? He can't. Wide. He and Martinez beating all in. Dumped it, Vinny Jr., but unfortunately couldn't put it in the back of the net.
You have to make those count, especially you're a map down. This is grand final point, tournament point. You have to make those count, especially at a goal down. That would have done wonders for Jack to get over that initial hump. I know I keep harping on about it, but you need to get a goal. It's kind of like in any other game, and 2-0 to Shane. This is going to be a very long second map here.
Yeah, the disrespect there, the floppy fish release. But
hey, it could be worse. It could have been big ears.
could have been the dance thing?
Gritty?
Gritty, yeah, could have been. That would be worse. But that's it. That's the killer blow. That's the killer blow right there, to be honest. That is the killer blow, because before that, Jack had an opportunity to score.
Yeah, okay.
Wide.
So
Shane's come up the other end and scored straight away.
So it's specifically that chain of play of I had a good opportunity, I squandered it, and now I'm immediately made to pay for it.
And it's 2-0 now as well. It's even worse. It's not a case that it's 1-0. You've got time now. You have to score 3 goals in 60 minutes. We haven't scored 1 in 120 minutes of play so far. It becomes a more and more uphill task, and that gets in your head a little bit sometimes.
Yeah, and I wonder what it must be like in that room, because I know personally from my experience, offside. I know personally from my experience, you know, I didn't win much at LAN, but see, when I did win, I was extremely loud. I'm shouting, my voice is breaking, I'm punching desks to really hype things up. I don't think Sheena would be that kind of guy, but even just yes, come on. That, whenever you haven't scored yet, hearing that, 5 times this series?
5 times, yeah.
Very, very difficult to stomach if you're Jack, I would say.
And again there, he's going for the wrong option. He has a chance there. Obviously, Cross isn't guaranteed to get on ahead, but even if you just get a second chance of the cherry there, or get it down to someone else, you have the chance to create. But instead he goes to the shot. You really no angle to work with. you know, Martinez is going to have that covered all day long, but he's trying his best to find. That's a little chip pass, but it's well defended there. Well done. Here comes Busquets now, trying to get up the field and back from Liao to Liao, and lovely little passing play there. He has got to buy Busquets, of course, one of the greatest players of all time, but can't really not as much a winger as a striker. It's interesting to see him out there, really.
Yeah, but sometimes you want that quality cutting in, and a very long ball here out to the wing for Shane. Graham not going to cut in. Oh, what a pass, but just not able. Well, actually, I think that was a shot, but could have been a pass as well. But you really see Shane now. He's comfortable. He can afford to waste every opportunity under the sun until Jack scores, because you know we often talk about it, especially in real football as well. It's sort of this difference between 1-0 and 2-0. It's only a goal. It's a massive difference having that 2-goal gap.
It is, yeah. It's not like in other sports, even Euro esports, where a 2-goal lead sometimes can be a detriment to you. This is kind of where it really comes up to trump, especially because when you put that ball out, the clock still keeps going, even though it goes way slower than it does before. But you're still eating 3, 4, 5, 6 seconds off the clock and at a time, and that's huge. But here's a chance. Can Jack get a goal before half-time? You feel like he needs it, but here comes Shane again on the charge. Yeah,
he needs a goal now.
Yeah,
it feels like. I mean, we could see something coming out of the coming out of the half-time break, but if anything, it's just going to be Jack chilling. It feels like at this point, but a bit of an opportunity here for Jack. Actually manages to lose his marker as well. Passes it in. He finds something on the edge of the box. Does he get the ball away from his feet? He does. Blocked, but immediately back on it. But that is a bit of a light free kick there.
Yeah,
and Shane rescued it, almost felt like.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. Although it looked like it was a fair shoulder than any more kind of offensive maneuver.
Fair dig.
Yeah, fair dig. Exactly. You know, especially 2 in a day. The referee, come on, give the 50s to the season's losing. You know what I mean? But here's a chance above the field. Time ticking away. Could be the last attack of the half. Can he find a way through? No, it's well blocked, and that should be half time, and that might just be Jack's season.
The death canal
series. Yeah, that could be the beginning of the death march.
Yeah. I mean, there's not a whole lot to say in that one. Although, if you do take a look here, yeah, more shots from Jack. Possession a bit closer as well. But it's actually, if you take a look, the shot accuracy was 33% there for Jack and 67% for Shane. So making it count. At this point, you know, we talked about just making opportunities, just taking shots to try to find your range. We're past that. If you don't have your range now, you are in deep, deep waters. You're swimming with the sharks, essentially.
Yeah, and the thing is as well, like XG, Jack 0.7, Shane 0.3, but Shane's got 2 goals, Jack has none.
Yeah.
You know, that's a sign that you're not finishing the chances you have. And that's, you know.
Oh, well, we saw that before the second goal, I think it was.
Yeah, he had a great opportunity. He had the angle, just put it wide. Too much power on the ball, it went wide.
Yeah, no, 100%. And Shane just on the edge of the box now. Wait, can you... Huh, that's interesting. I've never seen that little pop-up before on the bottom left.
Yeah, it's your tactics. Your quick tactics.
I know, but I didn't know it would, like, suggest that you use them. Anyway, regardless of that, Shane very much in possession over the top.
Oh! Scored that! That would have been a clip. That would have been like moment of the weekend. I think anyone would have beaten that, to be honest.
You know what?
I got in.
You know what, Shane? Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You might as well have a go. No one's going to stop you. Like, we're just going to praise you anyway. So, but if I got in, I think Jack would have just quit.
Yeah.
I would have. I would be like, even though I don't care about that, I just leave. Don't hear my €100. Let me get out of here. But here we go. Game, of course, on the way here in the second half. But Jack needs to score. He needs to score really before the last 30 minutes. Here's a chance. Can he win it? Surely yes, he does. Jack gets one on the board. 2-1. And all of a sudden, Jack's alive.
Yeah, 100% gets over that hump. But Shane. Going for the attempt, and that would have been the biggest slapdown this side of the RC. Yeah, we'll go with the RC. We're looking big here, big scope. But yeah, that is a very much needed goal there coming out from Jack, but needs to build on this. But the important thing is, it's not a 2-goal gap anymore. He needs 1 to send it to extra time. And that can come between now and 90 minutes. He doesn't have to rush as much, but there still has to be a bit of pace, a bit of a saunter. We're not at a full sprint to try to get a goal now. We can relax a little bit if you're Jack.
But also as well, like, I think he deserved that goal. He's done very well this game. He's going for the low effort there. Martinez has saved it. It's a good effort, but Needed to place that higher, probably a bit more swerve on it, but we've seen Jack.
You can see actually the way he's dragging in the extra player, like the CPU on the push as well. It's very much desperation mode here.
It really is, and right now, more so Shane trying to survive the onslaught now than Jack is, and that's momentum for you. Momentum can swing just like that. There's no magic marker and that just happens all of a sudden. You can't control it. And Shane Wisey here now is looking to change up the tactics, calm it down a little bit, take this 30 to 60 seconds, take that whole bit of time you have for the pause right now, because obviously you're under the cosh. But if you get a goal here, you don't need that, and it could be a goal here because he's dragging players at wide, but well set up defensively there by Jack. And if Jack can get a goal here before the substitutions, that could be huge. And he probably needs to sub as well, just give himself an opportunity with those fresh legs. That's a great pass, but he's tried to go the wrong way. He should have gone around. And he had the man in the overlap as well. Just unlucky, but it's the positivity coming from Jack now, and the Shane now starting to panic a little bit on defense.
Yeah, he's very much under the cosh here. And again, this is the point of LAN. If Jack has celebrated, that immediately, if Shane's not used to that, that could put him on edge a little bit and give Jack not an advantage, but suddenly, you know, he's starting to get a bit of pep in his step. He's starting to bounce in his feet a little bit. And now, remember, this is Shane's perspective. So again, going with that Morgan change, we saw a fresh pair of legs sort of in that CDM position as well coming on in Kobe Menu. And just, I find it really interesting because he's not setting up defensively. He still wants to be in a position to get a goal, because I think in his head it's easier it's easier to try and push and get a goal and bring that back to a 2-goal gap, as opposed to go, right, I just need to sit back for 20 minutes.
Yeah, it looks like obviously to really get that setup, if he really looks like he's going with a 2-1-2-1-2 setup, obviously.
That's a lot of numbers.
Sorry, 2-1-2-1-2. Sorry, 11. That's the number there. But yeah, that's what seems like he's going with right now. He's going with that kind of, you know, not that sort of dimension, more forget about that Israeli star shape, Jewish star shape. Chance, can he get the goal back? Jack with the shot. Wes Martinez with the save, though. A huge one, and Puskas now Ox takes it up. There's Beckham. Then Morgan now back to the Ox. Can he find a way through here? Morgan again, lovely link-up play here between these two players, and Elise now coming through as Schlein can't get it through, and here's another chance there. Can Jack get the counter-attack? 18 minutes to go, still plenty of time, and that's a good win as well for Williams.
But you can see he's holding on and he's positioned himself to try to go for that desperate through ball through to Vinny. Sets over to Beckham. Jared on the edge of the box. And a big change up here, right? Because Shane likes to get in the face of his opponent, try to get that 6-yard box. Jack is making an adjustment. He's not getting that close ever, really. So he's just deciding to go for these outside the box goals, which is actually very achievable, a lot more achievable than in real life, you'd think. But Williams on the edge of the box runs it to the byline, and that angle is way too tight to be trying to sneak in there. 2 players in the box as well. A little bit desperate, maybe.
Yeah, and the other thing was as well, Shane had gone from the kickoff to find Morgan on the wing with an overpass. We overcooked it, and that's under pressure. But instead of Jack building on that pressure and letting letting Shane stew, he's tried to force something that just isn't there, and that gives Shane a little bit more confidence. It makes him see that Jack is a little bit desperate, like he is the one as well. Lets him calm down a bit.
Ooh. See, I'm starting to hold my breath a lot more in this iteration of FIFA, because corners seem to be not random, but I've seen some abuses of that mechanic come out. But Shane, 4 players forward here on the attack, but a really good tackle coming in to keep Jack alive. But just, you know, you have to be quick on your passing to make gaps, but when you're too quick, that's what happens. Immediately dispossessed when he might have had a bit of momentum going forward.
Shane right now just keeping possession smart. He's winding in that clock, taking time off it. Jack will have to commit at some stage, and then Shane can pour forward a little bit more. Here's a chance now as Oxlade-Chamberlain on the ball. Can he find the corner? He's just got to drag this wide. He's playing for the corner as well, because it's deflected off. But a big opportunity right now. I'm surprised he hasn't just gone to the corner there. Trying to waste time. And here's a chance there for Jack. Can he get through? That should really be a free kick to Jack, because the fuck came through the back of him. But the referee just clearly on Shane's side here for some reason, but Shane will take that. But then Jack just making it. Oh no, sorry, it was a good defense. I thought it was Jack making a mistake, but no, Shane making a good defensive stand. But not a lot of time left here now, and now it's a sprint all of a sudden.
Yeah, like what, maybe 2 opportunities left. That's if that's if he's quick with this one. But again, when you only have 1 shot, you know, if you're going to go for the king, you better not miss, right? So Oh, he's taking a sweet time here. How many minutes are we going to have in added time? Not a lot, only one. And ladies and gentlemen, if Shane holds on to this for another 20 seconds, 15, 10, that's it. Send it out, and Shane is going to be your EAFC 25 champion, going for a bit of a victory lap. The cutback on the edge of the box. Holding on to this for a very long time. Over the top of the defender again. And that's going to be is that full time? No, he's going to step up for a free kick. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, I do not think it is in any doubt here. Sheehan from MTU wins the local regional rivalry and is going to be crowned your EAFC Winter Champion.
Scores it as well. Off the post.
Referee?
Yeah.
There we go. Okay.
Referee.
Congratulations to Sheehan. Dominant as advertised, and really, Jack, you felt like he got into it after the first goal, but we kind of saw him let off a little bit, going for those long-range attempts. I don't think it was ever really in doubt. Whenever the first goal went in the first map, Sheehan was very much in control of things there. And, yeah, the GOAT, Sandbag and Zaftos referred to him as the GOAT of EAFC in Ireland, at least. I would back those words up now.
Yeah, as he would drop the game all season series long, you know what I mean? Like, has been an unstoppable force. Jack tried to be the movable object, but ultimately he was just a boulder in the way. A hard one to clear, definitely, especially the second game. He made it very difficult. He made it hard for Shane to move him, but once Shane got in control of that second game early on, got those 2 goals, especially the second goal.
Yeah,
Big sledgehammer to the face, because, you know, obviously Jack had the opportunity before that, and then Shane goes down the other end and scores. Jack, to his credit, in that second game, fought back, didn't give up, but in the last 15 minutes or so of game time, looked like he ran out of ideas.
Yeah, I think we're going to have some stats soon to sort of show how dominant it was in Shane's favour. But again, we sort of talked about a potential reset going into map 2, and it looked like it didn't happen for Jack. Very much Shane sort of continuing on as he started in map 1, and it's just that confidence, that sort of swagger on LAN. You don't necessarily see it as much in the stage presence, but believe me, there is a monster deep down inside there.
There is, yeah. And obviously, you know, he's got a chance as well. Obviously, in a few months' time to defend that crown, so he'll be hoping to do that. But you know, it's absolutely amazing to see someone, you know, just come in. You know, obviously being the underdog last time, winning, and then coming back to defend the crown. Obviously, this time, you look at those stats, you think maybe Jack would have won the game, but ultimately, Shane more clinical.
Yeah, clinical under pressure. Yeah. As Snoop Dogg would say in the heat of the battle, he don't miss. Yeah, just made opportunities out of nowhere, and especially, again, before that second goal, I keep harping back to this, but Jack missed quite a good opportunity, and then Shane came back and scored, and you felt like that was just it.
Yeah, like fair play, I didn't think Jack would actually come back, but he did very well to do so, but I think ultimately, as you see there, the man going up on stage now in a second, he's still going to sit down in front of the stage, Shane. He'll be delighted. Obviously, we're going to go to him for interview in a minute, but I think he's well-deserved champion. He's been the best player throughout the series, and ultimately, Alani's proved that again. And you know, 2-0, I think, a fair enough reflection on that. Yeah,
but we are going to go up to the stage to get that interview now. Take it away, Sandbag and Zaftos.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. A swift 2-0. We framed this. It felt pretty perfectly, right? Undefeated in the regular season, had won the head-to-head matchup, had already won last season, last split. Framed appropriately, taking care of business. Shane, what were the thoughts taken away from that one as you were watching it from the stands?
Well, first game, clinical dominance. There's not really much to say, right? Shane, the whole entire way through, just absolutely. But that second game, there's a few times where I thought, Jack, he might have it. And those stats, I'm a big man who loves them, and they did not lie. There was an opportunity for Jack to get back into the game. So I'm excited to ask him about, was there ever a little bit of, just being scared? Because of how I'm just excited on how close that game really was in game 2.
Absolutely. And so the triumphant, ladies and gentlemen, welcome up once again our winter split champion, Shane. How are we feeling after that one? 2-0, was that kind of taking care of business? Give us the thoughts on the other side of that.
Well, the first game going into it, you know, I was confident, and I think maybe Jack was maybe a little bit nervous, so I clean sweep that first game. But the second game was tough. You know, I went up 2-0 kind of early-ish, and like as the stats say, he technically more XG, but
You talked about feeling a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more confident. Could you, because you matched up already against him, you've already played him, could you feel a difference in play? Did you feel like that it was much of a factor, or was it more just kind of form is form regardless of set? Did you feel the kind of environment difference?
Yeah, always on LAN. Like, it's a different game, like almost. It's always almost less scoring, so less goals. The last time me and Jack played, it was 4-2, so it was 6 goals. But on LAN, people are more scared to take shots, you know, scared to do a bit of creativity, but.
Absolutely. Well, a big congratulations, not only representing MTU and yourself, defending the title, but we do have something for you to take home. You know, the long commute, we got to make it worth it, so you will be able to pick up color of your, we have the mouse pads that branded here from the IECS. What are you looking to get? White, green, white one? Absolutely. Well, once again, congratulations. Any parting shots, you know, the people who are able to tune in, folks who couldn't quite make the trip or are wanting to, anything you want to say, anything you want to, any parting words?
Thanks, Joe, for the warm-up game. Thanks, if any families watching.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. Congratulations.
Sandbag, he's my goat, if I'm honest.
The FC GOAT, for sure.
FC goat, definitely for sure. I also wanted the crowd being like, referee, what are you doing? I had to do that because the game didn't feel close half the time. He was just pure dominance in that first game.
I mean, we were talking about, you know, possession. We were talking about the kind of stats, but when you score your first at 17 minutes and you don't ever have a deficit, is 2 splits in a row enough? Are you willing to give it to him, or do you think he's going to need one more, you know, do you think he needs the season to tie it off?
You need the 3. It's what everybody loves in football. You want to try and win everything in that whole season. If he does it next time, undisputed goal of the game. And one thing we had to think about as well was he talked about the green part. You need to make sure that the goal always goes in, and that's why his XG was so low. He's played the game for so long now that he knows, nah, I'm not going to shoot here because I know it doesn't go in. And that's why his XG was low, only at 1, but he still scored 2 goals.
Yep, it's only, at the end of the day, the only one that matters is the top of your screen. Goals are gold. That's the only thing. Every stat. There's exactly. It's W's and L's at the end of the day. Numbers are only a means to get there. So, yeah, well deserved, absolutely. Yeah, so that is EAFC wrapping up. Into the next set is going to be the Rocket League section. So, you have any thoughts on that one? Anything kind of getting us warmed up? So we're kind of finding the meat of the sandwich here, right? The middle of the 3 games. Anything you can kind of give us some info and a little bit of kind of contextualize it for us?
Okay, so Rocket League is usually my favourite one to watch here, even though I'm a League of Legends player. There's just something special about seeing 2 teams battle it out. Because last time, a team that we weren't expecting to win it won it out here across set 2. One of the teams did get top 8, one of the best in Europe. That sounds super exciting, but I'm just hoping for a close best of 3 series, and you know, an actual 3rd game. We didn't get that at EAFC.
Yeah, maybe a bit more of the game scores, you know, pushing that on a little bit. And you said set 2 taking on a new challenger. It's no longer the rematch. It's no longer the reclash. There was a change almost, a semifinals upset allegedly. Can you give us a little on that? Absolutely, looking to keep on rolling on through with that. So are we pulling up on stage a little bit of information on these boys here as we're going into some of the Rocket League? We pulling people up?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. After the break, unfortunately, we have to hold that one. We're going to go into a short break. Don't go anywhere, and we will see you guys for a little bit more introduction context right after the break.